Sonia Uche comes online and drops a line that looks simple but carries weight. There is a certain beauty that only peace can give. And immediately it lands softly but spreads fast. People pause, reread, and start to internalize it because it sounds deeper than just a random quote. It feels like experience, like something learned over time. And as it begins to circulate across timelines, the reactions start pouring in. Some people connect with it, instantly saying, yes, there is a glow that comes when your mind is settled, and your heart is not in chaos. Others begin to question it, asking, what exactly does that mean? Is beauty now being defined by emotional state? And before long, the conversation shifts from admiration to analysis, as people begin to interpret every word from different angles. As the post gains more traction, another name starts surfacing in the mix, which is Pearl Watts. And this is where things begin to take a different direction, because now the audience is no longer just discussing the quote, but connecting it to real faces, real personalities, and real perceptions. People start saying, okay, but Pearl is also beautiful, confident, expressive, and very present online, so where does she fit into this narrative of peace beauty? And just like that, what started as a calm reflection slowly begins turning into a subtle comparison that nobody officially announced, but everyone seems to be engaging in. Some fans defend Sonia, saying she's talking about inner beauty, not external looks, while others push back, insisting that beauty is already valid in all forms regardless of what someone is going through internally. The debate continues to grow as more people join in and bring their own interpretations. Some argue that peace reflects in your aura, your face, your energy, and that it creates a different kind of attraction that cannot be faked, while others argue that confidence, boldness, and self-expression are just as powerful and should not be placed below this idea of peaceful beauty. And now the conversation is no longer just about Sonia's quote, but about society's definition of beauty as a whole. What counts? What stands out? What is valued more? And how social media plays a role in shaping these ideas. Because the truth is, people are not just reacting to the quote, they are projecting their own beliefs, their own insecurities, and their own standards onto it. Right here, as everything is getting more intense, backhand index pointing, right, don't forget to subscribe to my channel, because this is where we break down viral moments, hidden meanings, and everything trending in real time. Backhand index pointing, left, and now back to the gist, because it keeps getting deeper. Some people begin to question whether statements like this unintentionally create pressure. Because if peace is now being associated with a higher level of beauty, does that mean those who are still struggling, still loud, still expressive, are somehow seen as less? And that's where the conversation becomes more personal for a lot of people. Because not everyone is in a peaceful place in life, and that doesn't mean they are not beautiful or worthy of admiration. As the timeline keeps buzzing, others step in with a different perspective, saying maybe the problem is not the quote itself, but how quickly social media turns everything into a comparison. Because realistically, Sonia and Pearl represent two different energies that can both exist and be appreciated without competing. One might reflect calmness, introspection, and growth, while the other reflects confidence, vibrance, and bold self-expression, and neither cancels the other. But the online space thrives on turning differences into rivalry, turning opinions into sides, and turning simple statements into full-blown debates that keep people engaged and reacting nonstop. So now what started as a peaceful quote has evolved into something much bigger, a conversation about beauty, identity, perception, and the way people interpret messages in the digital age. And at this point, it's no longer just about what was said, but about how it was received, how it was expanded, and how it was transformed by the audience. And the big question still stands as everyone continues to share their thoughts and pick their stance. Is this a competition? Comment yes or no, backhand index pointing down.